Alright, so yeah, that was a first for me. I just got picked up at the airport. Thank you, SD. You guys are amazing. That guy was the nicest guy in the world, too. It's Adam and Trisha, and we are back. Thank you for joining us again. I know it's been a while since the two of us have been on camera together, but the last couple weeks have been kind of a whirlwind between things going on at school and me traveling. I was presenting with SDE in Tennessee last week, so thank you to everyone at Staff Development for Educators for bringing me there. It was awesome. Yes,
thank you for taking him.
Yeah, and thank you to her for holding down the fort with the kids. I was only gone a day. It was the weirdest trip I've ever been on. I flew out Thursday night, flew back Friday night, but the cool part, but the reason I'm bringing this up is I got to meet a lot of cool teachers in Tennessee. It was a small conference, but really connected with a lot of people, one-on-one in a small group setting. I told Trish it was different than what we've seen in Vegas, where I'm talking to a crowd of 100. This was a crowd of like 20 to 40 people, and we were able to ask questions and have conversations, and it was a great conference. So thank you, SD.
He was super excited to talk about it when he came home. I know that.
I probably talked about it a lot. Sorry.
You always
like
talk
I am
a lot.
right now. But the reason I'm bringing that up is because one of the things that came up a lot there, and this is why I'm having Trish on this too, because she's been a part of this before, is a discussion about DonorsChoose.org. The amount of teachers that said they're not allowed to use this blew my mind. Like, schools are not allowing teachers to use DonorsChoose.org.
What?
What? It blew my mind because that's what this company was created for. So I thought I'd look up the mission statement for DonorsChoose.org, and I did. Their mission statement says, "Our mission, we make it easy for anyone to help a classroom in need, moving us closer to a nation where students in every community have the tools and experiences they need for a great education." And I think that's what gets overlooked with this by these administrators who aren't allowing it, or these districts aren't allowing it, is that they think it's all the teacher. And it's not all the teacher, because there are people out there wanting to help the schools. It's not the teachers asking for things. It's not the teachers saying, "Oh, poor me, we need this." It's really asking for projects that are going to benefit the kids and the school and the classroom as a whole. It's not just, "I need this, I want this, I want this, I want this." It's a real deal. So,
and there are people out there who are just wanting to help classrooms. They are looking for people that they can help.
And random people. Like,
yeah.
That's the crazy part is I think people might assume, this is what I'm beginning to think administrators might think, is that, well, she's going to get it for her classroom, but my classroom won't have it. But that's not the case, because it has nothing to do with the parents in the room. It has nothing to do with who you know. These projects get funded by people from all over the country. Like, there were people funding my projects in California. No, but people I've never heard of before. You got funded by people from all over. My sister got funded by the guys who created Cards Against Humanity. Like, they donate to projects. Bill Gates doubles down on projects all the time. It's a company that was created for teachers to ask for things, who need things. So what have you gotten from there?
I've gotten my Osmos, and it was so easy to use. It got funded so fast. At least they used to do this at the very beginning. If you get donors, they will match the donor amount. So it got funded even faster. I think it was funded in less than a week.
I think it was faster than that. I think you got it funded within a day or so. I know one of mine did.
Couple days,
it was like 24 hours and my Wii project got funded. So
yeah.
I got the Osmos from there as well. STEM activities, all kinds of stuff. And it's truly stuff, like I said, that we both use in our classrooms for teaching, as a tool for teaching. It's not just stuff, is the way I like to say it. It's stuff that's being used for a purpose. I guess the reason we brought this topic is to hope to open a discussion about DonorsChoose, like by commenting or sharing this. And I guess the question is, do you DonorsChoose? Are you allowed to DonorsChoose in your school? And if not, we'd love to know the reasoning. And hopefully that can spark some discussions between administrators as well. And if you do, what have you gotten from there? And how are you using it? And that's the cool part. I like to see all the projects. It's brought together a community of donors and kids and teachers, and it's really an awesome company. So shout out to you, DonorsChoose. Keep doing what you're doing, and hopefully we can get more schools on board. All right, we also want to talk about the house system, because people have been asking on Instagram, since I posted house pictures weeks ago, we did our house sorting ceremony, asked how can I find out more about this. Somebody actually just commented tonight on the picture I put up about this vlog, saying, where can I see this, because they wanted to know more. So we want to go back to the beginning. Last March, right? Trisha had looked up and set up the opportunity for the two of us to visit the Ron Clark Academy in Atlanta, Georgia, which I highly recommend you get a chance to go do it.
Totally agree.
Some of the best PD you're ever going to see. But for any grade level too. Anyway, while we were there, we fell in love with the house system. And we had heard about it before because my sister's school did a huge push of this when she came back from Ron Clark, and it's awesome. So we came back and we did it within our classrooms to try it out, and it had so much more of an effect than we ever thought it would. So let's start with our house names. The house names we came up with are revolved around our school character traits: caring, achieving, confidence, and then we threw in honor or integrity because of my friend Honor, who you've heard me talk about before. We wanted to keep her name and spirit alive, and we came up with 4 house colors: red, blue, green, and black house. Well, we took those 4 names, looked up online ways to create those in different languages. And what we came up with... What are you doing? Say hi. So what we came up with for these names was caring. We came up with Kujali, Trisha's house, the blue house. Yeah. She's excited. The reigning house champions as well. They were the champions last year. This camera got all messed up here. The black house is honor, or Postavati is what we came up with as a name in another language. Red is confidence, and we found the meaning Hyduris in another language. And then green is our achieving house. Alcanzar is that in another language. I don't remember what the languages are. So after we came up with the house names, we did a house sorting ceremony that was magic, where the kids were sorted into different houses and they all got to be in part of their house. I put that picture up a while back of them getting sorted and when they found out who their housemates were.
So much fun. It's so cool to watch the kids not have any idea and just watch the magic happen.
You got to be a part of it. Like, it's so we could sit here and talk about it all night, but you got to witness it. It's so cool. So then, since that day, they all got their house shirts on that day. They've been asking, when are we going to have a house shirt day? When should we wear our house shirts? We've had parents asking when they're going to wear their house shirts. So we try to plan activities throughout the year where they are going to get together on house shirt days, where we send out a remind or an email and say, please wear your house shirt. We've got some fun things happening. They also earn points in their house, whether they're completing a challenge or working together. So
Kujali's winning again.
Are they?
They were. I think it's changing for this week, but we were winning.
Her house is winning again. Reigning champions are ahead still. I don't get it. I think she's rigging it, but we'll see. No, I'm kidding. It's all the kids. It has nothing to do with us. We had our first challenge this week, and this is what we want to talk about in this episode, was we got together. Trisha's team does a sci-fi activity. Every Friday they do some science or STEM related activity. And this week one of her teammates came up with a really cool activity and she invited us down.
So one of the things we're working on right now, or we were working on the last couple of weeks, we were talking about needs and wants. And so the kids had to come up with some sort of shelter going along with our needs. They got popsicle sticks, they got some Dixie cups, they got a piece of aluminum foil, a paper plate, they could use tape, and they also got pipe cleaners. They didn't have to use everything, but they couldn't get extra. They had to build some sort of shelter that would protect their little character. We just pulled out a little character from the Chutes and Ladders game. Character actually had to fit in the house or in the shelter.
Like through a doorway. They had to have some kind of doorway.
Had to have some sort of doorway. Protect from wind. So we blew on the shelter to make sure when they were done that it actually was held up against wind, and they all stood up.
They did. They did good.
It had to be protected from rain. So Adam brought his squirt bottle down. And after they were done, we just squirted all of their shelters, and they all held up from the rain.
They did. And then we squirted them just for fun too. The best part of this day, and we've both talked about this over and over again, we talked about in the car today, is the leadership that it brings out in certain kids. In our situation, we have found more positive relationships being built, not just between her class and themselves and my class themselves, but between our two classes. But it's also brought out a confidence side and a leadership side in some kids that we never ever thought we'd see, and she's got a perfect example of that.
I have a student this year who he's very quiet and keeps a lot of things to himself. He'll play with other kids at recess, but not very much. He kind of just plays with the same kid every day. One of his goals is to be more social with the rest of the class, and so occasionally he'll raise his hand to volunteer answers, but not a lot. But when we were doing the STEM activity, he just led his group completely, and they all were working so well together with his leadership, and it was just amazing to watch how much he came out of his shell working so hard, and it was just so neat to watch.
And this activity, like this house thing, it's brought him out of such a shell that I even called her over during this experiment and said, like, look at this. Like, you're not going to believe what he's doing. He's leading the kids. He's telling them where to put things. He's showing them what to do. And it was something that I don't think we ever would have seen had we not given him this opportunity to be a part of this group. So yeah, that's what it's about for us. We don't see this as obviously the points are fun and the t-shirts are really cool. Thank you to our friend Augie who makes those shirts. You're amazing. Those are really neat things. The kids love seeing the scoreboards go up in the classroom. They love their shirts. They love the fun side of it, but there's so much more to it than that for us. For us, it's about the relationships. And you know that we are both big on a family structure in our classrooms. That's actually a talk that I hope to be writing with her. We love having a family atmosphere and we love preaching that to the kids. So that's what it's about for us. The family, the relationships, the community that's building. It's not about the behavior, the t-shirt, the fun.
But I feel like it may not be about the behavior, but building those relationships in that community affects their behavior more positively. I feel like they just are going to behave because they feel a sense of belonging in their classroom or in their...
Sorry, that's my alarm. I need to take a battery to school tomorrow. That's a really good point though, because we often get complimented, not by parents, but community members, other teachers, the lunch staff, on the respect that our kids show. And I think that it's not just because we're doing anything magical with them. It's just because we're trying to get them to understand, like, this is how you work together. This is how people live. It's about more than just a procedure, I guess is what I should say.
And just even like as teachers, you just build relationships first and then the other things will come. They're going to want to learn if they know that there's a relationship there, so.
That's why I love her, because we think alike a lot. I guess that's it. Do you have anything else to say?
Earlier today, we had a parent stop us telling us about House Shirt Day, how excited her daughter was that it was House Shirt Day and that there were kindergartners coming into our classroom and that she got to teach the kindergarten kids in her group how to do things and that they were working all together. So it's awesome how excited the kids get about this.
She was so excited. And it was a Sunday. Like, we just happened to run into her out in the community. We weren't talking about school whatsoever. And the mom just started talking about how awesome that was. And I think, like you said, it's just cool to see their excitement. Like, these kids love this. I'm glad you said that because I forgot about that. Good one. So that's it for us. If you do a house system, let us know how it's going in your school. If you're a DonorsChoose person, again, comment below. Let us know what you've done. Or if you don't get to DonorsChoose, let us know your reasoning. We'd love to hear that and hopefully start a conversation. But that's it from us. Like I said, the last 2 weeks have been crazy busy. This week's going to be nuts because we have parent-teacher conferences. You know how it is. We're busy. You're busy. So we'll get back on here as soon as we can. But that's it for us tonight. Happy Sunday. Have a great week.
See you later.
I love it when you do those things.
You like to make fun of me.
It was just funny. All right, we'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks for watching.
That too, don't you?
You can say bye.
Bye.
See you soon.